2,600 feet ahead. He's at 74% for tire wear, so he's getting up there. But once we hit 35, the race is over. So if he can hold that out, he will be the winner here tonight at Laguna Seca. But Duke the Rebel is going to try all he can to hold on to that second, and Justin's going to do all he can to take it from him.
Yeah, I think, given the distance between Ferrari and Duke and being on lap 33 of 35, or at least where Duke is at, we're on 34 of 35. I mean, I think we can pretty much, like you said, unless Ferrari has a total meltdown and starts driving in reverse or something, the race is his to lose. Duke still has about 600 or 700 feet advantage on Justin. So, yeah, I think we're looking at what's going to end up being the standings. What do you think, Frozen?
I'm thinking so, 49er. I think you called it. There's just such huge gaps between these guys tonight. It is a very challenging technical track and so many different lap times we're going around tonight that there wasn't a lot of room to be making up positions. I mean, you can see it on there. We are on the final lap, and there's only a few more turns, then Ferrari Nut wins this. He's currently going through the corkscrew, and with that tire wear, let's take a look at the tire wear, but he's at 81%, so he's hurting, guys. He's got a little bit more sliding. He's going to have to slow her down a little bit, but even with that, he's still going to be able to take it as he heads around the final turn. We're going to get Ferrari Nut, get him across the line as the winner. What's going on? Ferrari Nut is the winner here at Laguna Seca Mistake in order to lose this race. I mean, he is 2,600 feet ahead. He's at 74% for tire wear, so he's getting up. All right, guys, we're going to do a quick mic check, make sure everything is good to go. Man, tonight is the penultimate race, and I gotta tell you, it's a little bittersweet here. I'm excited for these guys, but I'm not ready for it to be over. Yeah, it's crazy. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SnB's Indycar series, the penultimate race at the Grand Prix of from the Glen. Last week was spread out at Laguna Seca, but tonight at the Glen, I have a feeling that with this well-known track, we're going to see a lot of battles and some tight racing. It might get spread out just a little bit, but for the most part, I think it's going to be pretty tight battles throughout the field. Before we get started, though, of course, we have 49er in the booth, as always. How you doing, 49er?
Hey. Everything is everything. Everything's great. I'm excited. Because you know how everybody feels about the Glen.
I know, everybody knows the Glen. There's a couple of guys that I know would rather be somewhere else than the Glen. But for the most part, I think it's just a well-known, well-loved track. There is a couple of tricky spots that we can see here tonight, but before we get to the race, tonight's driver spotlight is with rookie driver Larry B. the G, who pilots the number 73 for Redemption Racing. He's currently 8th in points, moving up 2 spots, and 5th in team standing. So this guy's improving on a weekly basis and making his presence known. So I want to give a warm welcome to Larry B. the G. How you doing, Larry? Larry!
Sorry about that.
I was about to say, like, where'd you go already? How you doing out there, Larry?
Doing good.
Good. All right, let's go ahead and get started because I know they're going to go to qualifying soon. So your first question, what is the most memorable race you've participated in and why?
Well, a couple weeks ago there was a XSC Sebring Full Dogs IMSA League. It was my first league win race, but it was very special to me because there was a point in that race where I was limping back to the pits with lag damage, so I think it was really just a don't give up race for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and what track was that at?
Oh, that was Sebring.
Very cool, very cool. And that was your first win for a league?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so that's got to be a very special one. I'm excited for you for that. That's really cool. All right, Larry. For your second question, the season is almost over, so I have to ask, how do you feel about your performance this season compared to what you were expecting it to be before the season started?
Well, I started as a fill-in driver, so I didn't expect to race every race, but we all know how that turned out. But I think I think I've definitely gotten better. I started towards the back, and now I'm towards the front of that mid-pack every race it seems. So I think it's been a very good season for me, despite some bad luck.
Absolutely. And I feel like I'm excited to watch you grow because you're one that has a ton of speed. And I feel like with each and every race, you're getting that experience out there and you're growing more competitive every single time we see you out there. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully, we'll see you back next season. And I think it's going to be really cool to see what you bring to the table. All right,
Yeah,
Larry.
Watkins Glen
Go ahead.
yeah, Watkins Glen is a good track to me, so hopefully I can get a good result here too.
I think you can. I absolutely. All right. What is something we don't know about you?
Well, I played the bass in my middle school orchestra, so that's something.
Oh, nice. And how long did you do that?
Yeah. Um, I did it for about, I think I did it through 6th and 7th grade, and I did halfway through 8th grade. And we even got to play at the Boston Sympathy Hall. I'm sure there's pictures of that on the internet somewhere.
That's really cool, I gotta say. All
Yeah.
right. And what is your favorite type of racing, Larry?
I'd have to say multi-class, because it's an interesting element thrown to race it with like different performances of cars all on the track at once, and it can make for some interesting battles.
I agree. Multi-class is always very interesting, and to see how they work around each other and to see them out there and what their cars are capable of doing, it's actually very, very cool to see.
It's definitely fascinating.
Yeah. All right, and your last question while in the booth, what is your favorite restaurant?
I don't really have a favorite, but usually I like to support like local restaurants, like local pizza shops. I live in a New England town, so of course there's 10 within a 1 mile radius.
Nice. So you frequent the pizza places over there?
Yeah, that's some nice people, and you know what you're gonna get, so it's nice to support the little guys.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Well, you guys heard it from Larry B. the G. Larry, I wish you a ton of luck tonight. We're going to have him joining in the booth. Hopefully we can tune in to him during some cautions, if there is a caution. We've gone so many races without a caution. So while I hope we get to talk to him again, I kind of hope we don't, because that means we're going to have some cautions. So if we don't talk to you, a lot of luck to you out there, Larry.
Thank you.
Absolutely. 49er, penultimate race. Next week they are going to Yas Marina. Tonight is the Glen, though, 22 laps, and it's going to get crazy. How you feeling about tonight? What do you think we can see out there?
Well,
I just put you on the spot.
yeah. Well, you know, the one thing about this track is that even though there's, potential, and I guess what we just found out is the S's and the loop, the whatever they call that loop, and then the carousel. Everybody should be familiar with this track. I mean, this track has been around for a while, so I don't think we'll see too much once everybody gets thinned out. But as usual, Frozen, you and I both know, turn one is going to kick somebody in the bootay.
It's true, and it's been the same story throughout this season. Turn one. It's always the main story here. If they can get past turn one, they're good to go. But let's talk about what we can expect tonight. A lot of these drivers are running around a 129. I've heard a couple of 128s in there, but for the most part, a 129. The big thing, as always, these guys have to keep it clean for qualifying. So I think we're going to see it a little bit slower times, probably mid to high 129s. We might see something a little lower, but you have to keep it clean. If you're not clean, you are going to the back of the pack. They will be ghosted out so that they can just concentrate on driving their lines and doing what they need to do. But as far as the racing goes, if they can make it past turn 1 and through the S's, which is a huge thing I'm hearing a lot of the drivers talk about. They seem to think that going through the S's is going to be a very interesting thing. It's something they're going to have to watch out for. So we'll see what they do tonight. I'm curious. I know Larry's out there practicing, but Larry, do we have a copy from you? Yeah, he might be in Discord. These guys are getting ready to go to qualifying. We'll see what they are running out there, but I'm excited. I'm a little sad because it is the penultimate race, and next week at Yas Marina, it is our last race. So it's a ton of fun out here, but man, guys, it's coming to a close. We have Ferrari Nut 49er who has already captured the championship, so not much to do as far as that goes. But for the points for everybody else, there is room to improve your position for some of these guys, but there's about 20 points in between a couple of positions here, so somebody is going to have to mess up and the other one's going to have to do super good to gain anything on the guys ahead of them.
You know, and it's like we said in the races leading up to, you know, these last couple of races, is that, you know, points are points, whether you're in first or last. You know, you always want to improve yourself and do better and get that valuable experience. So, and especially, you know, with the top 5, you know, Ferrari's already got first wrapped up, but you know, you still want to get a good finish, and then you've still got the team points, which are important. So yeah, there's still a lot to fight for.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of these guys, they're not giving up. They want to race till the very last second that they're out there, which is amazing. And I love to see it. A lot of competition out there. So while Ferrari Nut does have the championship, like I said, there is multiple positions to be had. But I do want to thank you all for joining out here. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this race. I want to go through. We see Let's Go number 16, Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Chevy Indycar. That is from Pirate Monkey out there. Let's go take a look at that thing. He came into the season a little later than some of the other guys, but man, look at that beautiful thing out there. Great job to him. He's been doing pretty good this season, so hopefully we'll see him do great again tonight. We have Sober David out there. He is one of our drivers also. Mike Sobieski, what's up, man? Good to see you out there. But I'm excited. It's just going too fast, though. I can't take it.
Yeah, you know, with all good things come to an end. I can't believe that we are on the second to the last race. At the same time, you know, this track and then Yas Marina, I mean, what better way to end the season than to, you know, Watkins Glen, a familiar track, but still a formidable track at the same time, and then Yas Marina. I mean, something exciting is always happening at Yas Marina.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to go to the Indycar points out here. Let's take a look at those points. You can see them right there. Ferrari Nut has it captured, but besides that, it's pretty close. We have about 20 points for a couple of these guys in between, so it's going to be close, but there is room to improve what you have out there. You just got to be able to do it now and next week. So we'll see if they can make it happen, but some of these guys are looking to improve what they had. Larry B, the G, is one of them. He was sitting, he's actually in 8th right now from 10th, so he moved up 2 spots, which is a great thing, but we'll see what happens here. Looks like...
and...
Go ahead.
Look, no, I was just going to say that it's great on, you know, the rookies that are in the season, you know, still battling, still fighting, trying to get those points and the experience. So Larry's had a very, very good season. He's been in contention in most of the races, you know, so I'm not surprised that, you know, he's moved up. Hats off to him.
Absolutely. And I heard a little something from Flow Dog out there. He was mentioning something about his car, and I missed what he said, but I'm looking at his car right now, and I do believe this is the car that Justin made for him. I believe it was a bet that was lost. So Flow Dog has to drive this car tonight, and it is something else. Justin took the time to make it, and he tried to make it as ugly as possible. We do have betting out there, so if you want to place a bet, go ahead and do it. You can do it now or wait till after qualifying, but they are out there. I'll go ahead and put that on there. Yeah, Mike, it's crazy. Dino Dad, what's up?
Look at Frozen. Look at his driver avatar with the cheerleading uniform on.
I know.
You gotta love it.
You
and the
gotta
car
love it.
looks like the Mean Machine from Scooby-Doo.
It's pretty crazy out there. That is a crazy looking Flow Dog car. We're just
people
waiting.
in chat, welcome to it. I think Frozen. I think somebody should bet on Flow Dog just because of the car.
I know. I actually placed my bet already. I have 4,000 points on Justin, the Canadian out here. So hopefully he can do it. We just need 49er to ready up, and then we will be ready to go.
I don't have that option.
You don't have that option. You can't
No,
press
it
Y?
says select, quit lobby. No, it doesn't even give me the option to press Y. A, select, B, quit lobby, X, ready, and the little 2 squares, invite friend. Spectate is not an option for me. I'm probably going to have to leave and come back.
Yeah, leave and come back. We'll get you back in here. I think they're going to go ahead and start it, and in the meantime, I'll get you back in here. So there's an invite for you. Mike says, fail. All Flow Dog needs is a big red nose. That is so true. That car is something else. The clown car. But here we go to qualifying for the Glen tonight. 22 laps. Qualifying will not be 22 laps, but the race will be. The cars are ghosted out, as you can see, so we'll just have to get these guys the fastest lap that they can. We'll see what they can do. We're gonna have the lap times up here. Put the race stats up. A lot of these guys, like I said, they're running around a 129 to possibly some 128s, but most of them are going to be in the 129s. I think pole is going to be either a low 129 or high 128. But I just have this funny feeling tonight that it's going to be very, very close. Some of these guys think that we will see a couple of cautions. I'm not seeing it. I think that every time they think there is going to be, it's caution free. So we'll see what they have tonight. We've spent almost half this season caution free, so I think they can do it.
Well, you know, the tracks that we think they're going to go caution free, and then they set a record, and then the ones we think that they should have cautions, and then everybody is hitting their marks and driving clean, and we don't have any. So I mean, anything could happen on this track. The one good thing, as we alluded to earlier, is that this is a familiar track, so it shouldn't be anything new to anybody.
It's so true. This is a familiar track. We'll see what they can do through the S's and through the first turn. I think that is going to be the most treacherous part. If they can get through that, I think we'll be good to go. But we're out here riding with Larry B the G. He is the driver spotlight tonight. He's doing pretty good out there, I have to say. This guy improves race after race. And like I said earlier, I'm excited to see what he can do. So far, the leader is a 1:32. I mean, we're only on lap 2, but that's what we have so far. After this lap is complete, we'll actually see the correct times and what they're running. But so far for that's Ferrari Nut, our champion. He is already crowned champion, 49er. It's craziness. Next week, 49er, though, we will have awards up. We will have the awards ceremony, giving those out for the favorite liveries and for all sorts of different things that you can have. The most popular one, best team, a whole bunch of stuff to give out.
Yeah, and that's another reason why the guys still have stuff to fight for, you know, the liveries and the, you know, I'm not sure, but what the categories are, but I'm sure, you know, most improved or best rookie driver, you know, so there's still a lot to gain in these last two races. They shouldn't be giving up. I mean, even if you don't even if you don't feel like you're in the running for anything, just driving for the sake of driving and loving this game and loving driving is reason enough.
Absolutely. And we have a new guy on the board. Duke the Rebel takes over with the fastest time of a 1:30. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean. Ferrari Nut answers right back, and he comes in with a 1:29.5. That is going to be the fastest here. We'll see what they can do for this final lap. But man, these guys are pretty fast out here, and they keep leapfrogging each other with the times here. I'm loving it. I think the competition is going to be very fierce tonight.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good race, and you know, our already crowned champion Ferrari Nut, you know, he's still a factor in this race, even though he's won the championship. He's still a formidable opponent on the track. So, you know, he may take it easy. He may, you know, be what they call a jammer and make people earn the win tonight. There's no telling what he's going to do.
Yeah. And as soon as we have Ferrari Nut, Duke answers right back. He is out there with the 1:29.1. Can he hold on to it?
Nice.
And we will see if it is clean. If it is not clean, he will go to the back of the pack. If it is clean and he can hold on to it, he will be sitting on pole.
Wow. 120. I mean, even in the qualifying, we have a battle already.
Absolutely. You already see the packs forming. A lot of close racing, and I hear Ferrari saying over the radio, man, I almost got it. So I don't know that he is going to beat Duke. Duke might be on pole if it remains clean. We'll have to see once we go back to the lobby, but Duke is one, I say it every single week. This guy is extremely fast. He has been the pole sitter several times. You see J-Max spinning through the start-finish line. Too funny. But I do want to give a quick shout out to AJ Gaming. What's up, man? Hope you're doing really well. But that's it for qualifying, guys. We'll go back and see what kind of order we have. All right, we do have Duke the Rebel in first. Ferrari Nut will be on the outside. It looks like J-Mac Attack will be in third. Leaf Justin in fourth, and I'll tell you what, those teammates are always together. We have Sky directly behind Justin, Larry B next, Flow Dog, Pirate Monkey, Votech, Hayden Salmons. We then have David MC, then Dion, and it looks like that is going to be your field tonight. It's going to be close. I'm excited to see what they have, but we had a couple of drivers. Actually, it looks like one driver that had a dirty lap. That is Dion with a 1:32.1. So he will start in the back of the field just simply due to the fact that it was a dirty lap. Dirty lap.
Dirty lap.
So guys, get your bets in. If you want to place it, I'll go ahead and put it up one more time. I always say that and then I give like a 10-second countdown, but if you do want to place it, go ahead and do that now. Before we get to the race, I'm going to shut it down. We have a bet on Pirate Monkey, we have a bet on J-Mac, and we have a bet on Justin. So who is going to be your driver tonight? We have one race left. That is next week at Yas Marina. That is the finale for the season 4 for the Indycar season. It's going to be a night race, and I'll tell you what, it looks amazing at night with these cars. I'm excited for it.
Yes, and there are, I mean, whoever designed that track is a twisted genius, because, I mean, there's not a lot of straight racing and a lot of turns, which just adds to the you know, the intensity of the track and the excitement of the race. And you know, nothing better than an exciting race on the last track.
Absolutely.
And I still don't have the option to spectate.
How is it even possible? How do you not have the option? Are you clicking on something?
I wish I could screenshot my screen and tell you show you what I'm looking at. I've got A select, B quit lobby, X ready, and the 2 squares, invite friend. Spectate is not an option for me.
Why wouldn't you have spectate? What is this?
I don't know.
Sober David says Sky and Larry, they have the exact same time. Now that's actually crazy. That is very hard to do on here, but I don't know what to tell you on that, 49er. Can we get anyone over the radio that could hear me why 49er would not have the spectate button? We're gonna stop the betting as we wait. Seems like no one has an answer. Mega oof. That's what I'm saying.
That should have been a bet. I bet nobody knows.
This is
All right,
crazy.
let me go out one more time and try to come back in.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe do you think I should? I don't want to hold the race up with all of this.
Well, you can get in at any time and spectate. So that shouldn't be an issue.
All right, let me try this invite one more time.
We'll get you in here one more time. We'll try it. If not, maybe a hard reset. Tell me you have the... Why? Tell me why. You're not telling me why.
I got A, B, X, and whatever that stupid thing is that's to the left of the enter button.
What in the bananas?
All right.
All right. You hard reset and we'll
I'm
get you back
gonna do a hard
in here.
reboot. I'll be back. I'll be
Okay.
back.
All right. Everyone else is ready though, so I think we're gonna get moving. We'll do the grid walk for these guys. Yeah, there's no restrictions. They're talking over the radio. Right. I don't know. I don't know what it is. We'll get him hard reset. Hopefully get him back in here. Scissor Blades, what's up? Larry, if I can remember to get you in there, that's going to be kind of a crazy situation there, but if I can do it, I will definitely do it. We're going to do the grid walk here as soon as we go. The Glen, 22 laps. It's going to be crazy. Expect 1 pit stop tonight. 1 pit stop. Most of these guys, it is going to be a fuel run. Tire wear is not going to be an issue this week. But let's go ahead and we'll get this started. So on pole, we have Duke the Rebel in the number 86 Honda for Raging Redneck Racing. This guy is constantly bringing out a competitive car, and once again, it shows tonight. In second on the outside, we have Ferrari Nut 94 in that number 62 Honda. He's out there for Nighthawk Williams Racing. In third, we have the J-Mac Attack in the number 1 car. He is in that Chevy for Racing A Racing. In fourth, we have Leafs Justin in the number 24 Chevy for Racing A Racing. In fifth, we have Skylin in the number 04 car. He is in the Chevy for Fluffball Motorsports. In sixth, we have our driver spotlight, Larry B. the G in the number 73. He's in the Honda for Redemption Racing. In seventh, we have Flow Dog in the number 81 Chevy. He's out there for Fluffball Motorsports, and you gotta love that paint scheme. That thing is crazy out there. In eighth, we have Pirate Monkey, the number 16 Chevy, racing for Harley Davidson Racing. In ninth, we have Votech in the number 76 Chevy for A-Tech Racing. In 10th, we have my favorite country bumpkin out there for Hayden Salmons in the number 15 Honda. He's out there racing for Raging Redneck Racing. In 11th, we have David MC in the number 89 Honda for Underdog Racing. And last but certainly not least, we have Dion Ford Dub in the number 42 Honda. He's out there for Underdog Racing. And guys, that is the field. Let's bring it back to first. Duke the Rebel, he is sitting on pole. These guys will do a pace lap out here. We'll get them started and count down the pace lap, and we'll get them moving. Hopefully we can get 49er in here and get everyone moving. But we're gonna take a look here. This is gonna be turn 1. This is gonna be one of the issues that we're gonna see tonight. All right, so if we can get past that, I think we'll be pretty good. But once we get to these S's, that is gonna be another issue. If they can get through these 2 sections here, I think they will be good to go. It is tricky. I mean, imagine trying to get 12 to 14 people through these sections at these speeds in an IndyCar and not have any contact. I mean, it's hard to do in the IndyCar. You have contact, the wheels touch. More than likely, you're going to be spinning out there. But Duke the Rebel, I gotta say, his paint scheme is looking pretty darn good tonight. Let's take a look at that. He's looking pretty good out there. He was the fastest, Ferrari Nut. Your second fastest, J-Mac and Justin, teammates. These guys side by side all the time. So we're gonna have a lot of strong drivers out here. Scissor Blades, thank you so much for the cheers. I appreciate it. He says, let's get ready for some intense racing. We miss you out here, I'm not gonna lie. We definitely miss you. I know you had work obligations, so, but I gotta say, we do miss you. Let's take a look, check on 49er, see if we have him back. He is not back just yet. We'll give him a couple of moments here. Once we get around the final lap, or the final turn, I should say, Duke the Rebel will count us down, and he will lead us off to green. It is going to be close. These guys will line up double file. That is the only time tonight they will line up double file. For any other restarts, it will be just single file all the way through. But that's what makes this tricky. You line up double file, you get moving, and a lot of people going for the same spot. So as long as they have patience with each other, they should be okay. We're gonna see them to start lining up double file. It's insane. Second to the last race, penultimate race here. It's just gonna be craziness. All right, here they go, lining up double file. Let's get our eyes on our leader, Duke the Rebel here. You see these guys very, very close together. Ferrari Nut is gonna have to keep his eyes on Duke the Rebel and get off to a great start. We're already seeing Duke the Rebel counted down. We're gonna get ready to go to green. Here we go, we're green at the Glen. 22 laps of craziness. We already have Ferrari Nut going and taking the lead from Duke the Rebel. He had an incredible start. He's already off and running. Absolutely incredible. We have Leaf Justin in third, J-Mac in fourth. We have Larry B, the G. You can see him back there in fifth. He is our driver spotlight tonight. Duke the Rebel putting a little gap between him and Justin. And Ferrari almost loses it through the S's. Duke doing the same. Ferrari Nut passes him back. Justin taking over second, but these guys are fighting side by side as they go through the next turn. Duke is gonna have the preferred line. He takes it over. Justin on the outside by himself. Tucks back in line. He is gonna be in third. Absolutely incredible racing. Duke the Rebel looking pretty good out there, but Ferrari Nut, I'll tell you what, he's got the championship captured, and this is why. I mean, he just starts off incredibly strong, start to finish. You can see the field behind him. These guys are just hanging on. Let's go back and take a look at Larry B the G, our driver spotlight. He is in fifth currently. Looking pretty good. Looks like we did have some contact back there. I want to see who that affected. I see Flow Dog. That paint scheme is not bringing him any luck tonight. He might have damage. Let's take a look. I don't see really any damage, so he should be okay, but I do believe caution is out, guys. I'm hearing that they locked bumpers, no damage, but it was enough to bring out a caution. While we're out here in caution, let's take a look, see if we can get 49er out there. What's funny is that we made it past turns 1 and 2, but then there was a caution afterwards, so we'll see what we can do. Pit road will be open this time around. We see these guys lining back up. Ferrari Nut is our leader. Duke the Rebel in second. Justin in third. J-Mac in fourth. Larry B, the G, he rounds out the top 5 here. In 6th, we have Sky. 7th, Dion making up a lot of positions there. We have David in 8th. Pirate Monkey in 9th. We have Hayden Salmons in 10th. Votech in 11th, Flow Dog in 12th after some contact. "49er, we got you back. Tell me you made it in." Oh no. We have the black screen. I do not want to see this. I don't want anyone lagging out. Or maybe it's hopefully it's just 49er getting in. 49er, what's up? We lost Flow Dog.
Can anybody hear me?
Flow Dog is out. Yes, can you hear me?
Do I have the volume turned down?
Oh no. 49er!
There you are.
Here you are.
Hey!
Did you get in?
I am in.
Sweet. All right, we did. While you got in, Flow Dog lagged out. We're trying to see if he can get back in.
Because of me.
I'm not really sure. We're gonna see if he can get back in. If he can, it is within the time frame that we will restart the race. But we're under caution, 49er. We had contact the first lap out there, so they are currently under caution.
I believe as I just came into the game, I think they were just starting, and I saw a car go in the grass, but I couldn't figure out who it was.
Gotcha. We're trying to see if we can back out now and get Flow Dog back in here. They will have to do a manual restart. I do believe they will do a pace lap, but we will not have to redo the grid walk. We've already done it. We've introduced these guys, but hopefully Flow Dog's paint scheme is not going to bring him bad luck for the rest of the night. AJ says...
So we're backing out?
I'm waiting for the word. I'm not seeing anyone backing out. We're waiting to see if Flow Dog can get back in. If he can get back in, we'll back out for him. Yes. I'm hearing Flow Dog has entered, so we're backing out. Try number 2. Penultimate race. Already very interesting. A minor setback, but man, Forza. It's very common for that to happen. Why am I going back in? All right. Here we go.
Oh no,
AJ
no,
says
no,
big
don't
boy
back out.
trouble. What are you doing, 49er?
Hitting the B button too many times.
You can never expect these things to happen, but sometimes things like this happen. It's just the way it goes. Luckily, it was in time enough to get Flow Dog back in so we can get it started. Scissor Blades. He's got a frustrated look on his face. As soon as everyone readies up, we will be able to get back on, get moving. I think we're just waiting on J-Mac. We do have a couple of bets out there. We have one for Pirate Monkey, we have one for J-Mac, and one for Justin. So we'll see who wins. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and bring out those points. We'll take a look at those as we are waiting. Close, close, close. And you can see the team points out there. Still team points up for grabs, as 49er said earlier.
Yep, and I'm gonna look at with you.
We're gonna do a quick pace lap and get moving. Everyone cross your fingers that everyone stays in and that we have no incidents going into the race here. Very interesting. Yeah, they are all jumbled up, so they're gonna have to kind of switch where they're at here. Once they get around the final lap, 49er, we will be good to go.
The wonders of modern technology, you know.
I know.
We're just... But at least we're able to get everybody in, so that's a plus.
Absolutely. Duke the Rebel, of course, he was on the pole. You guys heard it earlier. He will lead these guys off to green, count them down after the final turn. So, since this is round 2 of what we just did, things should go a little bit more smoothly. Hopefully no cautions, no incidents, and a little bit of space given to each other so that we can get through those first couple of turns. And like I said, I've said it so many times already tonight, if we can do that, we should be good to go. "49er, I saw Ferrari immediately take the lead from Duke the Rebel. With how he starts here, do you think we're going to see that happen again?
I don't know. You know, there's no telling what could have happened. You know, maybe Duke, you know, it only takes a split second for the first and second cars to, you know, once the first one goes, the second one has to react. And maybe Duke just wasn't ready. I don't think he's going to catch Duke slipping this time. I think he's going to have his finger on the trigger, so to speak. And I think the restart is going to be pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Ferrari Nut, though, once he did capture the lead, he made a minor mistake, which gave that right back to Duke. And then Duke answered back, made another mistake, and so Ferrari Nut took it over. We see these guys lining up double file. We are going to start once we get past the final turn. Duke will count us down. He will have a second go at not losing the lead. So hopefully he can get that start moving. I got to tell you, I'm loving his car, though. I'm really liking that paint scheme.
Yeah, the paint scheme's pretty cool, but I like the saying, the little quote on the back of Ferrari Nut's tail fin that says, "Find your beach."
I saw that. I love that. Here we go. We are off for our second start of the night. Duke the Rebel is not letting go of the lead this time. I'll tell you what. As soon as I say that, Ferrari Nut just power moves through that turn on the outside, takes over first from Duke the Rebel. These guys are not going to make the same mistake twice. Ferrari Nut is going to try to keep that lead, not making any mistakes. Duke the Rebel all over the back of his car here as we're heading into the bus stop. Man, huge contact between those two. Ferrari Nut holds it out. Duke Rebel backs off, and we're on the move.
Yes, and what you said is kind of like an understatement, at least for these two, because they were side by side. It was a great start. Awesome outside passing maneuver for Ferrari Nut. Yeah, that's just a sign of things to come, because Duke has not let Ferrari out of his sight.
Absolutely. And, you know, I went back here. I saw David falling back a little bit, wanted to check it out. He just hit the barrier going through the bus stop. Not something you want to see, but he is on the move. But Ferrari Nut's still out in the lead there. And let me say your name, His Excellency King Horse. You changed your name a little bit. I hope you're doing well out there tonight. If you are the other one that I know of, I think it was Mr. Horse, maybe? I don't quite remember, but I hope you're doing well.
Frozen, I'm back here watching fourth place Lease Justin, who is right behind his teammate, third place, J-Mac. They both kind of made a little mistake. J-Mac went a little wide. Justin backed off so he wouldn't wreck his teammate, and they've lost a little bit of the pace. And now they're side by side.
They are side by side. Justin with that incredible run going through there. J-Mac just could not keep up with him. Justin on the move. He's currently sitting in third, J-Mac in fourth. Sky moving up a spot to fifth. Larry falls back to sixth. These guys are doing pretty good out here, but Duke the Rebel and Ferrari Nut, they have quite a gap moving over to Justin. So you gotta love the new time here. We have Duke the Rebel about a 1.5, almost 2 seconds ahead of Justin out here, but I gotta love the time intervals that we have now.
Yeah, and it just, you know, it just helps that this track is although it can be treacherous and there could be a lot of turns, there are a lot of turns, and if you make a mistake, it could end your race and somebody else's, or at least throw you in the back. But these guys are familiar with this track, you know, whether it be in the Indycar or from the NASCAR, these guys are familiar with this track. I came back, I'm riding with J-Mac, who's in fourth place, and I'm noticing on the grid map that they're starting to thin out a little bit and starting to maybe go single file, but you know, all the excitement, we're still on lap 4:24, so anything could happen, Frozen.
You said it right there. We're on lap 4 of 24. Expect some of these guys to go in around lap 11. If you can make it 11, you only have to do one pit stop here.
Oh! Frozen.
What'd you get?
Oh, Larry B the G. Oh, and oh my goodness. We have a pile up here. Larry B the G going into the, what they call it, the inner loop. Bounced off the wall and hit the barrier wall going into the inner loop. And as he was trying to get back on the track, unfortunately, there were some other cars that came up on him too fast and caused a little accident. And Larry has lost his tail fin.
Yeah, Larry, he is not having a good
wing.
start out there so far. 100% damage all around. Says he lost it by himself, and then he got hit as he was losing it, so he is completely damaged. He's having trouble even getting moving. We are going to go to caution here. Ferrari Nut will be the leader as he is crossing the line. Once they do, they will bring it down. I'm not sure that any of the leaders are going to go into pit. We're gonna see what they do. Sometimes these guys surprise me. If you remember, we had Ferrari Nut, who was the leader a couple of races ago. A caution came out. Everyone except Ferrari Nut went in. He was completely shocked, and honestly, so were we. And that really changed things up for that. So we're gonna see what happens with that, who goes in, who stays out. But as long as they make it to 11, they should be good to go.
Yeah, I distinctly remember that race, and you and I'm sure even some of the drivers were probably, as we found out in the end of race interview, some of the drivers were even in shock, like, you know, okay, why didn't he go in? Now, at that time, he hadn't won the championship yet, but now he's already been crowned via the points, so he's got nothing to lose, really. He could go in, or he could just decide to, you know, drive this thing like he's still fighting for something and just go with the flow with everybody else does. I feel bad for Larry, though, because he was having a good race.
Yeah, you know, I'm listening to him right now. He's going to try to limp it back to pit road. When you go in before pit road is open, it is a penalty, so he will have to start in the rear of the field. But he would be doing that anyway, so it's just important for him to get that in, get that damage fixed. I mean, he is completely limping it around there. You see him as he is entering here. David MC, he is in 11th. He's going to have to catch up to the field out there. I think he was trying to help Larry get into pit road. Tough time for him. What happened to David? Tell me he didn't lag out, because I was on him and now it says he's got a DNF.
Yep, it sure does.
No, David. Man. I hate that when that happens. You just don't want to see it. But Forza, I'll tell you what, it's just how it goes. Ferrari not at that with the fastest time with a 1:28. Absolutely moving out there. Duke the Rebel still hanging on to second. Leave Justin in third, about a second behind. These guys are still under caution, but they will be going into pit road.
Maybe you can explain this to me, Frozen. I was under the impression that when they go into the pits and it fixes the damage, that, you know, I mean, the tail wing was part of the damage because it's not there anymore. As a matter of fact, it's still laying off to the side of the track because he drove past it. So why didn't it replace it?
You know, honestly, I'm not sure if they're even able to do that in real life. So, if you have a tail wing missing, I'm pretty sure that's just how you're going to have to run the rest of the race there. So, once it's gone, it is gone. Ferrari not into the wall. I don't know what that's about. He must have been doing something, but hopefully that didn't give him any damage right there. Let's take a look. We have Pirate Monkey. He's coming out of pit road right there. Larry B the G trying to catch up. David. Yeah, he says his neck crashed right there. Man, tough to see. We hate to see that out there.
Absolutely. You know, I say it time and time again. I'm just the wonders of modern technology. You know, this is supposed to be the new millennium, like 2000 and what, and people are still, you know, lagging out.
I know. It seems to be a big thing with Forza. Whatever you do, you always got someone lagging out. And usually it is not David, so I'm surprised. But we do have Ferrari Nucky going to lead us off. Yeah, I mean, it's true. There's always somebody that is lagging out, but normally I don't see him doing that.
Larry's almost there. Oh, great. Oh! He just drove over his tail wing.
Oh, geez. You know what's funny
Somehow
is that he
it ended
probably
up in
can't
the middle
even
of
see
the
it.
track.
Oh, no. David said his internet went completely down. Like, done. Not just a Forza issue. He just completely lost all internet there. So, man, second to last race, penultimate race here. Hopefully that does not happen at Yas Marina. We'll see what it does to him, the points. I know he was really wanting to gain that momentum and keep up what he had going, but hopefully you'll get him next week, David.
We should be able to get started here. Larry has caught up to the pack.
Yeah, these guys are back together. Ferrari Nut, these guys will start off single file back to green once again. Ferrari Nut will count it down after we hit this final turn here, as we head into lap 7 of 24. First caution of the night, for this race at least. Here we
Duke.
go.
He's ready.
He is ready, anticipating the moves. We are back to green once again. I'm already hearing a lot of commotion over the radio. You see a lot of dust back there. We have a guy off the track. Hopefully they're able to save it. But man, oh man, that was intense back there.
Just like it's intent.
Oh, huge
People bouncing off
contact
the wall.
going off.
J-Mac spinning out.
J-Mac losing it. Man, if that isn't a caution, I don't know what is. We're going to have a replay on that. Tough to see. Man, these guys said that they were going to see a caution out here tonight. They were not kidding. You saw it happen right there. We are back under caution, guys.
As they're racing back to the line, Duke is in first, and Skyland having a battle with Justin to keep second place.
Yeah, I mean, they're still racing right now, actually. So Duke the Rebel looks like he's safely in first if he can hold on to it as he races back to the line. But Justin hugging that apex back there, trying to gain momentum over Sky, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to pass him. But Hayden Salmon's moving all the way up to fourth after that entire crew back there crashed. causing the caution. But man, tight racing for second, third, and fourth. Caution is officially out. These guys will gather back around and we'll see who has damage.
I don't know what happened, Frozen, but that restart was pretty intense. It looked like Ferrari may have hit the inner outer, hit a wall, and that may have caused the other drivers to try to react, and somehow J-Mac ended up in a spin. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we have a couple of drivers out here with a ton of damage. Dion, completely damaged front to back. We have Pirate Monkey behind him trying to help him get back to pit road. Pirate Monkey, a lot of damage himself. Let's take a look at J-Mac. I heard him say over the radio, no damage. He says that he has no clue how he did not get damaged. You saw him right there. I mean, he was the one on the screen. No damage for him, which is great news. But he loses a lot of positions over that. Flow Dog, no damage for him, so I think the rest of the field should be good to go. But the biggest loser throughout this whole thing, Ferrari Nut, falls back to 7th place. He's going to have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and Ferrari's more than capable of getting back up into the front, where he's used to being. It does make for a more intense and exciting race in the middle of the pack now, because now those other drivers that are still battling for things, now they've got, Ferrari Nut to deal with. But I think since he's, and a very good, capable driver, I think it's just going to make for an exciting race. But now you got Skyline up here, Frozen, just like in second place.
Yeah, you know what? We saw a strong showing from him last season. If he can hold on to the second place and hang on to that to the very end, that will probably be his strongest finish of the season. He hasn't had the showing that he did last season, so I'm hoping to see him hold on to that tonight. He needs that for the point standings. A lot of guys going into pit road. Who stayed out?
Yep.
Larry B, the G, we saw him pit earlier, so he's probably thinking no need to go in at the moment.
Well, I tell you what, this pit stop, I know it's simulated, but it's brutal.
Larry stays out. Duke the Rebel still in second. Sky in third. We're going to see how these guys come out, but man, all these guys going into pit road, it is going to change up everything.
Yeah, so you've got Justin and his right rear wheel rubbing up against Hayden and his front left wheel, and yeah, it's finally let go.
As David said in chat, good save, J-Mac. I'll tell you what, he got knocked around a little bit. I still don't know how he didn't get any damage, but it was a fantastic save on his part. A lot of guys involved in that wreck. But so far, 2 cautions tonight, 49. We're going to see what we have going forward. But lap 9 of 24. Hopefully we don't see too many more after so many races of a caution-free rounds here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no telling what caused the cautions. Well, we know the one with Larry, he got hit after he hit the wall in the inner loop, but the other ones, there's no telling what could have happened. But I think, for the most part, once everybody got their marks down and it started spreading out, I mean, we're still in for a good race. We still got plenty of time. We're only on lap 9 of 24, so we still got plenty of time for a good race.
Absolutely. This is very interesting, though, because these guys can go around 11 to 13 laps. 11 laps from now, it's still going to be a little short. So some of these guys, I don't know if we're going to see them try to save as much as possible, or are we going to see all of these guys go in? Larry's going to have to definitely go in. the rest of these guys, I'm not sure that they can save. From what I'm understanding, 13 is the most these guys can save, so it's going to be cutting it extremely close.
Yeah, and you know, if that's right, and 18 is the number that we're gonna see everybody start thinking about pitting or going in, you know, that's 6 laps. So we may see somebody, as we've seen in a couple races, take a chance and try to stay out as we get ready to restart.
We're getting ready to restart, and here we go. Larry B counts him down. We're going to see if he can hold on to it here. It's going to be close. You see these guys already almost going 3 wide as we head into turn 1. It looks pretty clean back there, although I do think I see somebody into the tire barrier. Not good news for whoever that was. I don't know if you can check on that 49er, but we're off and running, going through the S's. Duke the Rebel in second. Larry B the G has a nice gap.
Pirate Monkey.
Pirate Monkey. Rough night for him so far. I know he's been involved in a few. Hopefully he did not have any damage out there, but man, rough night for him.
And without fail, Ferrari Nut has already moved up to 7th, so him dropping back in the pack did not phase him in the least.
Let's take a look.
As we watch the battle between Duke and Larry B the G, Duke just took over first.
Duke takes over first. This guy is on the move. Ferrari Nut out there in 4th place. Sky directly in front of him, but Duke the Rebel takes over first from Larry B the G. Looks like Sky is wanting to make the next move on him. We'll see if he can do it.
Here comes Ferrari.
Here he comes. Let's take a look here. We have Sky and Ferrari Nut going side by side. Larry B the G on the outside of them. It is going to be extremely close.
Oh,
Ferrari Nut gets into Sky, wrecks him out. Man, these guys are just a little aggressive tonight, I gotta say. I mean, it was already 2 wide. Trying to make a 3 wide to fit in there. Did not work out. Sky in 9th. He is completely silent over the radio while Ferrari Nut is apologizing for spinning him out.
You know, there were just too many cars trying to make a move, and yeah, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, that was a mistake, obviously. You know, you got to pick the time and the place to make a move. When you already have guys going 2 wide, making it 3 is more than likely not going to work out. And unfortunately, Sky got the bad end of that deal. We do still have Duke the Rebel in first, Larry B the G in second. He was our driver spotlight tonight. We have Ferrari Nut, our series champion out here, currently running 3rd. Trying to make a move on Larry as he is going underneath him, going into the turn. Takes over 2nd. Larry moves to 3rd. Man, he is making his way up through the field pretty quickly.
Yes, he is. I was just about to say that. And so now we've got this battle that we've had for most of the race, and including the qualifying between Duke and Ferrari. Duke currently in first. Ferrari wasting no time, going from 7th to 2nd and gaining ground on Duke the Rebel.
Yeah, he gained just a little bit going through there, about 0.3 seconds there. So he's gaining just a little bit on Duke the Rebel, trying to close that gap. But Duke is going to have to just keep his eyes on the road, concentrate on his lines, and make sure he is running it perfect. Because as perfect as he is running it, Ferrari's doing it just a little bit better right now.
Yeah, and you know, go back here and look at Justin, currently in 4th, and he's moving up on Larry B the G. So it's just a matter of a few more miles, maybe a few more laps, and Larry's going to have to worry about Justin, because Justin's been driving a really good race tonight. Still in contention. At least being in the top 5 for the majority of the race. And yeah, it's only a matter of time before he makes a move on Larry.
Yeah, and not only tonight, but so far this season, I mean, he's been extremely strong out there and competing with Ferrari Net over some wins. So incredible job to him this season. He does have a win out here, and he's looking to capture another one. He was confident going into this race. He thinks that there's going to be a couple of guys very strong out here. He included Duke's name, J-Mac's name, and a couple other guys, and they're doing it out here. But Ferrari Net, he is on the move. He is almost half a second behind Duke the Rebel, looking to take over that lead. He does have the championship, so for him, this is just out here having fun and doing what he does best, and that is just driving as fast as he can. And he does have the best lap out here with a 1:28. He's pretty fast.
So I came back here to show some love and to see this paint scheme in motion. I'm back here in 6th place with Flow Dog. Yeah, whatever bet he lost, I bet you that he will never do that again.
Look at that beautiful paint scheme. And I remember Justin saying, you better read every last thing that I wrote on there. I want you to read every last bit of it. So I'm kind of curious if Flow Dog did do that and how he's liking the paint scheme. So we might have to talk to him after the race. But I want to bring this back up to the front because Ferrari Net is just quickly closing the gap over to Duke the Rebel. One thing I did notice, J-Mac attack all the way to dead last. I don't know what happened to him, but man, unfortunate for him. He has been running up podium finishes a lot here and around there at least. So I hate to see that for him, but it is lap 14 of 24. There is still time.
And I'm not sure what happened, Frozen, but
yeah.
Larry is in the pits again.
Oh, geez. I'm not sure if he went in just to get it out of the way, but we have a competition for the lead. We have Ferrari Net taking it over from Duke the Rebel, just blowing by him on the outside, doing a fantastic job out there. The Ferrari Net takes over the lead, Duke the Rebel in second. These guys just going back and forth with the lead. Very exciting.
Votek in 4th place, trying to catch up and gain some ground on Lease Justin. Very good race for him so far.
Absolutely. We saw him. He had a podium finish a few races ago, and I have never seen him so excited. You gotta love it. These guys just put their heart and soul into it, and when they do good and they are liking where they finish, it's really cool to see how excited they are and how much they improve out here and what they do against the competition. So I hope he does well here tonight, as he currently sits in 4th, which is very good considering the competition. Flow Dog and that lovely paint scheme out here in 5th, trying to catch up to Votek. We'll see if he can make a move on him for 4th place here. Dirt Demon, thank you so much for the host. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Looks like Ferrari Nut is...
in the pits.
Who do we have in the pits? 49er.
Looks like Hayden is in. Pirate Monkey looks like he just came out.
10-4. We have J-Mac out as well, currently sitting in 8th as some of these guys are pitting. I would not be surprised if we see a few more guys pitting. It is around that time that they can go in and make it to the end of the race. So I would not be surprised to see Ferrari Nut, Duke the Rebel, or Justin go in. But let's take a look at what we have here. 52% fuel, and that is going to be the issue tonight. Tires are not the issue. They can last on tires. It's just running that fuel tank out. That's when they need to fill it. So we'll see what they do.
I'm still hanging back here with Hayden Salmons, currently 11th. trying to make up some ground from that pit stop, as they all will have to do eventually.
Yeah. He's out here in 11th, about 11 seconds behind Pirate Monkey, who is currently running in 10th. So he's got some work to do. I don't know if he had some damage or what was going on with him, but we have Pirate Monkey in 10th. Larry B. the G, who started off as the leader when we went back to green. He has since moved back to 9th. We have J-Mac Attack, who is currently in 8th. I'm not quite sure what happened to him either, but hopefully we will see him move up through the field as we are on lap 16 of 24. Dion 49er, he's out here in 7th, and I feel this is another one who has improved week after week. Hopefully he can keep that position or maybe improve a couple of positions, but he is one who's found some speed in these cars.
Yeah, and Dion he's been in the middle, a few races. If we think back, he's been in those packs in the middle where they're battling for like four. Oh my goodness. Flow Dog coming out of the final turn, getting down the front stretch, going to the start finish line, taps Pirate Monkey. I'm sorry, Votech, and somehow spun himself into the pits.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he is going into pit road. I'm not sure if he went in before that, but either way, he is going in again, so that is going to hurt him. Ferrari Nut still out there as the leader. Duke the Rebel in 2nd. Leaf Justin in 3rd. Votech still hanging out there in 4th. Skyland 49er, he has moved back up through the field after getting some contact with Ferrari Nut. That pushed him way back. He's currently running in 5th. Dion moves up to 6th. J-Mac in 7th. Flow Dog, after some contact with Votech, moves back to 8th. Larry B. the G in 9th. Pirate Monkey in 10th. Hayden Salmons in 11th.
Yeah. I've never had it happen that I can think of, but I know that you've had it happen where you get into a wreck and you get thrown into the pits. I'm sure that wasn't a planned stop for Flo, and now he's got some ground to make up.
Yeah. I heard him over the radio talk to Votech. Votech, sorry, I hope that wasn't me. We did have some contact. Flo Dog said it's just a racing incident, but I did get thrown into pits. So like you said, he is going to have to make up some time. I don't know if he even needed to go in for the rest of the race. Unfortunately, he did go in, and we're going to have to see him make his way back through the field. Duke the Rebel, though, he is still about 2.2 seconds behind Ferrari Nut. Leaf Justin lost some time to Duke. He's currently about almost 10 seconds back. Who you have your eyes on there, 49er?
I'm still riding with, not still. I came up here to 2nd place to watch Duke the Rebel. He's trying to keep Ferrari with at least, on my screen, like, Ferrari is a dot. So I can't even imagine what he looks like to Duke, but Duke he's still got his foot on the gas. He's still driving the wheels off that car. We are on, I don't know, my screen just, what the heck's going on? I don't know what lap we're on because the banner at the top of my screen just decided that it didn't want to play with me anymore.
Your game is acting very goofy tonight, but we just hit lap 19 of 24. I want to bring it back here to Votech, though. He is quickly approaching Leaf Justin, who is currently in 3rd. But look who's right behind him. We have Skyland on the run as he just pushes into Votech, nudges him out of the way, and he currently takes over 4th, and he is going to be moving on, trying to work on Justin, who is riding in 3rd.
There's always intense battles here in the middle of the pack, Rose, and you and I both know that, there's a considerable distance between 1st and 2nd. You don't want to take anything away from Ferrari or Duke because they're driving their race, and I know Duke is doing everything that he can possibly do to try to catch Ferrari. In the meantime, we've got some really good battles going on here. I came back here with Votek, who's currently in 5th, trying to gain some ground on 4th place Skyland. And then you got Dion having a great race, currently in 6th, Frozen.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about him a couple of times. This guy has improved weekly, and tonight he has found his way up to 6. It's been several
find his
times.
way out of the grass.
I'm sure
I think
he
we
will.
jinxed him because he was in the grass.
That's terrible. That is terrible. But Sky, I want to take a look at this guy. He is a man on a mission. He made his way past Votek after running into the back of his bumper here, but he is just working on Justin, about 0.8 behind him. He was a little over 2 seconds, and he is just constantly gaining on him. As soon as I say that, he loses a couple of tenths, but we'll see what he can do. Maybe that put a little fire underneath Justin, but Justin he's been strong out there. He's going to have to do a lot of digging to get up to Justin and past him.
Frozen, I came back here to 9th place, Larry B the G. We have quite the battle going on between him and Flow Dog. Flow Dog driving the Scooby-Doo mystery machine, at least that's what I call it. It was a little bit closer when I first came back here, but I guess Flo saw Larry in his rear view mirror, side view mirror, and he decided to put some distance between them. But it's still Larry trying to get back up there where he was earlier in the race.
Yeah, Flow Dog is another one, a man on a mission. He put the jets on. He saw Larry B the G, some competition, and he's like, no way, I'm getting out of here, and off he goes. He's about 1.2 in front of Larry B the G, so hopefully he can continue to improve, but Larry just having a rough race out there. I do feel for him. He's one that has a lot of speed, but just not the best night for him.
No, and it's unfortunate, you know, but the good thing is, and we talked about it earlier in the race, is the experience. You know, he had a chance to be the leader in one of the restarts, and you know, you can only gain valuable experience from all of these races, whether you're in front or whether you're in the middle or in the back. So, you know, Larry has had some misfortune this season, but still, he's still a great driver, and he'll learn from it next season.
Sky just running a beautiful line on the track, and he just passed Justin pretty quickly, taking over 3rd. This guy is going to be working on 2nd, Duke the Rebel, but he is around 12 seconds back, a little bit more than that. But man, this guy has just come out of nowhere tonight, and he's just saying, let me out of the gate. I want up here. He wants a podium finish tonight, and hopefully he can get that. We're on lap 21 of 24. Once we hit lap 24, the race is over, and they do a cool down lap. So only a couple of more laps here before the end of the race. Duke the Rebel takes over 1st.
What?
Yeah, I missed what happened, but Ferrari moves to 2nd, and he is all over Duke's rear back bumper. So we're gonna see what we can do here, but lap 22 of 24, and it is getting very, very interesting. Duke the Rebel gaining some momentum going through there. 1.4 ahead, 1.5. Ferrari Nut, he is going to have to work on Duke. I don't know what happened with these two. They were very, very close, so it had to be a slight mistake. These guys just battling it out tonight, along with 2nd and 3rd. 3rd and 4th, but man, oh man, it's gonna get very interesting as we are almost on lap 23, which is gonna be the final lap here. So I don't know if Duke can do it, but if he can hold Ferrari off for another win, I think we might hear some more yeehawing tonight.
Yes, I was just gonna say, I think Duke should put a patent on that yeehaw, because you can feel every bit of emotion when he does that. Yeah, and as we come up on the last lap of this race, yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be
listening
close.
to Ferrari shift the gears, trying to figure out what he's doing.
I know, I noticed the same. His tires are toast. He's got 5% fuel. He's trying everything he can do to save. That's what's going on here, 49er. I don't think he's going to make it. He's going to have to go in. Why he didn't go in, I don't know if he's going to make it for this final lap. Whoa, let's check on Duke the Rebel. See what is going on with him. Will he have enough? He's got 6%. He should be okay. Fingers crossed, guys. We're going to try to get Duke the Rebel over the line in first. We'll see if we can do it. While we're out here, though, let's check on Sky real quick. See what his fuel looks like. 5%. Justin, it's going to be close. 3%. Tires are just done. These guys are just riding the rims at this point. Duke the Rebel going to have to gingerly take this car around the track. 3% fuel. 49er, I'm a little scared for these drivers. Are they going to make it past the finish line?
Sky just took over second from Ferrari.
Absolutely incredible. Justin might take it over too. We're gonna have to see. We might see Justin take over third here. But Duke the Rebel, 2% fuel. Let's see if we can get him past the line. A couple of more turns left, and we will announce him as the winner here at the Grand Prix from the Glen. Can we do it? One turn left, 49er. Let's hear it, Duke. Get it going over that line. Here we go. He's going to cross that line. Duke the Rebel is your winner here at the Grand Prix from Watkins Glen. Incredible job to him. Let's make sure Sky can make it past the line. Here we go. He is in second. Fryenet, will he be able to cross the line for third? How he did it, I don't know how he did it. You can see it, 0% fuel right there. That is insane. Leaf Justin crosses for fourth. Let's check his fuel. 0% fuel. These guys.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he sputtered across the start finish.
Yeah. I'm hearing J-Mac announce over the radio, I tried an alternate strategy just on a whim. Did not work out this time. I have to get Duke in here. This guy is just, he's going, I'm going to cry.
Yep, and Justin's not going to make it all the way around.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have to be pushed.
Yeah,
Rough race for some of these guys, and an amazing race for some others. Duke is yelling out, I'm out of fuel, I need to push to the line.
Yes. Wasn't there another race where someone ran out of fuel after they won the race at Watkins Glen? Who could that have been, Frozen?
There has been several people running out of fuel. But man, oh man. This is crazy.
I'm referring to a NASCAR race as somebody you have an affection for.
Oh, God. You got to tell me. I'm clueless right now. I shouldn't be.
Who's your favorite driver? Why do I got to tell you?
Chase? Or are you talking on here? Oh, God.
No, I'm talking. I said this reminds me of another race where the driver ran out of gas after he won.
Chase.
At this track.
Chase.
Yes.
Well, yeah. 49ers like, Lord help me.
Like, I thought you were a fan of his. Like, come on, girl.
I mean, I was, but I was confused whether you're talking about on here or in real life. So Ferrari nut.
No.
Oh, I got
wow, there's
you
bodies
now.
everywhere.
Yeah. Everyone, no one can make it. Look at this, guys. Ferrari nut stuck on the track. No one can make it. They're all just cracking up. We have J-Mac pushing 2 cars. Let's take a look at J-Mac out here.
Hayden's pushing Ferrari.
Look at all these guys just hobbling their way over.
Wow.
Oh, good grief. Once we get back to the lobby, though, we're going to give these guys an interview. Duke the Rebel. 49er, who finished second? I got him across the line, and we had Sky.
I believe it was Skyline was second, and Ferrari was third.
Yeah. All right. I want to get Flow Dog in here. I want to talk to him about his race and his beautiful paint scheme. So
Yeah, ask him if he was thrown off by the paint scheme.
yeah, I want to see these guys and their fuel. How they're even look at J-Mac completely damaged out there. Everyone just in a long train trying to get each other past the line so we can get over the race and get on to the interview here. Hayden Salmon stuck at the line, just crawling his way back over. I have never seen anything like it. They are just cracking me up right now. Absolutely incredible. All right. Hopefully I can start inviting some of these guys in here.
Okay, so now how do they have gas? Because Justin's moving now.
Probably AI, I would imagine.
Oh, that's right, because it's over.
Yeah. It is
And
over.
There's a black screen.
Yeah, everyone's
And
backing
there it
out
is
because
again.
they can't even finish. All right, so we need to get Duke the Rebel in here. We need to get Sky in here. Let's go back to this screen.
All right, everybody in the chat and the stream, while Frozen's getting everybody in here to get these interviews done and congratulate everybody on a great race. This is one of those moments where you want to turn your volume up because you're about to hear some raw emotion.
He's still talking over the radio in Discord, so we got to get him in the party. Duke the Rebel, I know you want to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah!
That is going to have to be a sound effect out here, but huge congratulations to you. Absolutely amazing. Take us through what happened. You were working on Ferrari Nut this whole time. You had pole out there. How did you pass Ferrari Nut?
I guess I just got him when he would not really... I don't know if I really got him when he wasn't expecting it. All I knew is that he must have had less fuel than me because I was saving like a mother effer. Excuse my language, but I was saving so hard that entire race. I sacrificed my gap to him just so I could guarantee that I could make it to the end. And I have to give huge props to BDF48 Gaming for helping me plan out this strategy, because if it wasn't for him, I would not have won this race.
That is awesome. This is your second win of the season, correct? So...
Yes, it is.
Yes. So not only have you won one, and I do believe you said it's your first one in over a year or around a year. So now you're out here this season winning 2. So man, just a huge congratulations to you. I know that you have to be super excited. Everyone heard it.
I got tears in my eyes. Believe me, I am.
So your car was feeling pretty good out there tonight. You got on pole. You won the race. Is there anything you'd like to say? Because I just got to tell you, you just ran a hell of a race.
I'm glad to be a proud Ferrari driver because this black stallion brought me to victory lane like no other.
Absolutely. Job well done. I gotta ask, how do you feel about next week? Yas Marina, final race of the season. So how you feeling about next week?
I think that race is going to be even more special because the paint scheme I'm making for that race is going to have basically 2 race-winning cars combined into one, because I won 2 races with my red Ferrari and the black Ferrari, so that will just make it even more perfect.
Nice. That is amazing. Great job to you, Duke the Rebel. Second win of the season. This guy, I've talked about it all season long. He has just improved week after week, and coming out here winning 2 for the season, which is extremely difficult. You got Ferrari Nut, who has already captured the championship, won 7 races. So you just feel it when you're able to take home a win like that. So congratulations to you, Duke.
Thank you. Good race. And for Ryan, I gotta say, dude, that was a fantastic race that we put on there. I'm. It sucks to see how it ended for you there, but you put up hell of a fight, and I'm glad it was able to be that intense.
Absolutely. All right, Ferrari Nut, we have Sky who brought home a second place finish. Want to bring it over to him?
Sure, 49er will be glad to bring Skyland
Did I
over.
call you Ferrari?
I was trying to decide if I should say something there or not.
Duke said Ferrari, so apparently I have Ferrari on the brain.
So, as with congrats to Duke, but Sky, you drove a hell of a race. Talk me through your race, and then the point where you knew that you could probably get past Justin.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys caught it, but at the beginning it was just tiptoe the car, get used to the feel of the track because as per usual, I didn't have any time to prep for this race. And so once I started to get the hang of it and the cautions played out, I was doing the math as I usually do. I knew exactly how much fuel I could burn and make it. So I was basically just trying to get as close to that number or below it as I could every lap, and I was in a great position. I knew that I could push the car harder than the controller drivers because this track is smooth enough for the wheel to actually help me. And as I was trying to get by Larry, me and Ferrari got into it. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think it was just a racing incident. And he said sorry, so I'm not like, I'm going to wreck him next week mad at him, but God, oh. This was the one race that I had a chance to win this entire season, in my opinion, because I didn't have to save those last 2 laps. Those last 2 laps were 128s for me. And if I didn't get spun, Duke would have ran out trying to stay in front of me.
Well, that as it may, I mean, and for those of you in the stream, if you've been watching through the season, Skyland is he's one of those very technical drivers. I mean, he has his strategy down to the mileage and tire wear and everything. And he knows a lot about these tracks. So if he had a game plan, and the cautions or the spin out or whatever threw him off, for you to still end up in second place, I mean, that's a hats off to you and your driving ability. So now talk to me about getting past Justin for second.
Honestly, it wasn't terribly difficult. As I got up to him in Vogues moved over, gave me the lane because he saw how fast I caught him. And when I got up to Justin, he was conserving, and I think he was trying to conserve both fuel and tires. So when we came off the last turn, he woed up, and I was in the gas and went right by him going into turn 1. I don't think he was very willing to fight me for it because he didn't want to run out of gas at the end. And I believe he made it across the line. I believe he conserved correctly.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, most of the cars that I passed after that spin, nobody really gave me too much trouble because I think everybody was more worried about running out.
Yeah. And that's your plan. You've been in every race, and it has a lot to do, I'm sure, with your strategy and how well you drive. So now, having said that, and I know you don't want to talk about too much of your plan and everything, but how are you feeling about Yas Marina next week, the last race of the season?
I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic because every time I've run here, every time I've run there, I've done well. I've fought for the win. Last year, I had the lead and BDF just outpaced me in the last stint. The year before that, I was driving up to Ferrari's bumper coming to the last couple corners, and I had to check up to not spin him. But traction control is so valuable at a track like that, and I haven't run it all season. I'm not going to start now. I will be pretty damn surprised if I'm able to take that one home.
Well, I don't doubt anything. Like I said to the folks in the stream, it's a tribute to you and how well you prepare for the races and your knowledge of the tracks and everything. So I'm sure you're going to be right there in the mix as you always are. And congratulations tonight on a great race and getting second place.
Thank you.
Ferrari Nut, you
All
brought
right.
home a podium finish here tonight, but I know you led most of the race here. How are you feeling after that race, and were you concerned at all about the fuel after your last pit stop?
I hate fuel mileage racing. It's not racing
it has
at all.
not worked out for you when that happens.
No. And honestly, I wasn't paying attention to it because don't really care. I mean, you don't pay me to. You don't pay me to take it easy.
They don't pay you at all. Thank God.
This guy said it. A very frustrated Ferrari Nut. You guys can hear it in his voice. I mean, he had the lead there for a long time. You said it yourself. You weren't concerned about the fuel. I was a little concerned for you guys. I was for sure that most of you would have to go into pit. A lot of them were able to save, and it just unfortunately for you tonight, it did not work out. But you still did bring home a podium, and Indy and Ferrari, you still are the champion because you have that in the bag.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of why I don't care anymore. Is it's the important thing's over with. For me, anyway.
Well, moving to Yas Marina, how do you feel about that? Are you going in there just to race it to have fun, or are you going to try to get yourself another win?
I'm obviously going to try to get another win, but I don't think you can really have fun at that track. It's very bland.
I feel like it's a very technical track, and you have to be on it at all times. I personally don't think it's bland. I think it's a very difficult one, but hopefully we'll see some fantastic racing out there.
I think since he's kind of like done with stuff, I know what he means. It's not a boring track to race around because it's so technical, but if you're trying to get around somebody and you want to race door to door with somebody, it is a nightmare on this place.
Absolutely, for that it is.
Well,
yeah.
yes and no, but there's literally one spot where the track changes height. I mean, to me that's bland, where it's flat and then there's maybe 20, 30 feet of elevation change in 3 corners.
Talking about sector 1.
Yes, I'm talking about turns 2 through 2 and 3. That is literally the only elevation change on the entire track, and I'm not about it.
You guys heard it from Ferrari Nut. You sound very frustrated tonight. I can't say I blame you, but you still did good bringing home a podium. I know it's not what you want to hear, but congrats on the podium at least.
Thanks.
All right, 49er, you want to bring in Flow Dog in that crazy paint scheme.
Flow Dog, 49er, are you out there?
What's up? You got me?
I can hear you.
I can
49er?
hear you.
No, he's
Yeah,
not
I can hear you
responding to
too.
me.
No, because the stupid thing has a button that you have to press to turn the damn mic on.
Oh.
So basically, the cat got to answer the question for you, and he was just like, meow.
Nice.
I want to know if you can tell us what bet did you lose to get that paint scheme?
So I mean, it was just something for fun, but Justin and I bet that for the Coke 600 that Johnson, if Johnson was to win, I would make him a weird looking paint scheme, and if Chase beat Johnson, then he would make me a weird looking paint scheme, and you know who lost, so. It ended up close until Johnson put his own car in the wall.
Ouch. Yeah, that was a real humdinger.
Well, because you actually did really well tonight. You had a really good race, and I'm wondering if the paint scheme was any kind of motivation for you to like just hurry up and get this over with so you can get that thing off the track.
No, I mean it was just like any other paint scheme.
Ouch.
Once you're in the car, I mean it's kind of doesn't matter. I mean you're just there to race. But I was saying throughout the week it would be cool to get this scheme in the podium because I haven't got a podium yet. But I mean, after hearing Sky here getting second and getting a run in with Vogues just before some people were trying to pit, coming off the final corner, it just one of those video game things where you hit the car and then you go spinning into the pit road, which ended up happening to me. It just ended up
Yes.
being perfect. It just slid through there. But yeah, just hearing him getting second, I'm just now wondering like where would have I been if I would have stayed out, because that was going to be the strategy till I was forced down pit road. It
Yeah,
just
and
sucks.
I actually watched that as you spun. It was like one of those things where you didn't have a choice. The spin took you right into the pits.
Yeah, it just sucks this whole season that tracks that I should have or would have had a podium finish, something just, no matter how small or how big it was, it just something happens that prevented me out of the podium. But it's nice to talk to you guys.
Yeah, I wanted to bring you
Well-
in here also because you did have a fast car tonight, and it's just certain circumstances that held you back. And I feel like you could have probably had a podium finish if those things didn't happen, because you were a man on a mission. Same with Sky. I mean, he was just moving through the field, and I feel like you two were on the same level with that. So, yeah, I wanted to give you props for that, and I had to talk to you about that paint scheme.
Oh my God. Yeah, like the battle where you spun into the pits, I believe that was for fourth. I believe you were in fifth and Vogue Tech was in fourth. And then, yeah, the paint scheme. So, my last question, how do you feel about Yes Marina, and what kind of paint scheme are you going to create for the track?
No idea on the paint scheme. Maybe I'll do something like white and gold. But as far as the track goes, really have no idea how it's gonna go. I mean, it's probably gonna play out like it usually does. I'll probably get fifth or fourth or something like that, and just barely miss the podium. Unfortunately, that's the way it's been.
Oh, geez. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll see you on podium next week. Finish it off strong. All right, you guys heard it here tonight. A couple of frustrated drivers. For some, it went really well. Ended up being a fuel strategy towards the end. A lot of saving having to go on. If you didn't do it, you lost out. Next week, though, we will be back for our final race of the season at Yas Marina. It's going to be at night, and it's going to be exciting. A very technical track. I don't think we're going to see a lot of passing, as Sky and Ferrari pointed out. It is a very hard track to pass at, so we're going to see a lot of challenges going into the race with that. But I'm excited to see him out there. 12 races, and next week it is over 49er. I'm excited, but also sad. But it's been a blast with you, 49er.
I know, and I love doing this, and I'm so glad that I get to be a part of all of this with you. I can't believe that next week is the last race, but we're going to make it a great one, and the drivers are going to put on a great show like they always do, and we're going to go out with a bang.
Absolutely. You heard it here. We are over and out for tonight, but I hope to see you next week. Same time, same day, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Until then, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Take it easy, guys.